Today we're going to talk about love. The three most important decisions that we make in this life is
One step closer, Christian life.
I'm afraid that you don't know how much I think the world of you, that I care for you so much, that I try not to so much. But here is my predicament, that you're not mine, you're just a friend. So I'll hold on to my heart until we are sure.
Hey guys, welcome to One Step Closer Ministry, and so as we all know, this month, February, it's very well known as a month of love. You can see it when you go to stores, you want to go to some people's houses, buildings, businesses, because of decorations, right? You see many hearts and all those love colors. We are going to be talking a little bit more about the actual main love that we should have in our lives before anything else in this world, in this planet. So, the three most important decisions that we make in this life is God, career, and mate. Those are decisions that will change our whole entire life. So we want to make sure that we make the right choice. Sisters and I were talking about how Proverbs 31 could be past church, could be us, us and our relationship with Christ. Because if we can't have a relationship with the Lord and we can't be faithful to Him, then how do we expect to be a good wife to our future husband? I was like, well, Lord, have mercy. Because many times we just focus on that one, earthly one, and we long for that. But then we forget that right now we can practice to have that with God. And then also, for guys, and I just found this out, Job 31 also talks about how a man should be and prepare himself for God. Actually, as I was reading Job 31, after I heard it, I was like, wow, I have to go check that out and see what it says, because I want to see what I want in my future husband. I don't know. It says, how he wants to make an agreement with his eyes to not look at any girl in any way of lust or desire. And I know that for guys, that's definitely one of the number one things that it could be, they could easily fall onto, right? Here in verse 4, it says how God sees every step that we take. Right, every step that this man is gonna take, like I was saying in my old video, and here it is about the sanctuary and how the priest, and how we're compared, the women are compared to that most holy place, and how the priest has to carefully get in, and he has to get ready way before even getting in, because God is the one that chooses the priest, that priest has to have a real good connection with God, or else if he goes to the most holy place and he doesn't do things right, because of the holiness of the place, he could even be killed if he does not have that connection with that. God sees every step that we take. As we keep seeking for human love, and as we're seeking for that one person that we long to have, right? Because it is in our desires to want to be with somebody, to have a relationship with somebody. How do we create that? In the Bible, it does say to seek Him first. If we seek Him first, everything else will be given unto us. Have you ever wondered, how can we create the true love in our lives? If that is the number one, we're going back to Genesis 1 actually. Now we're going to take a look at the creation. The first thing God created is the light. We know that God is the light of the world, and if we don't know God and if we don't have Him in our heart, then we are living in darkness. God creates the light. That could be the one time that you hear about God's word, and you don't just hear it, because anybody can be in church, right? Even the devil can be in church, but it doesn't mean that you have seen that light of God, and that light has been created in your heart. But when you actually hear it and you just know that, whoa, I have seen this new light that I've never seen before, that light is created. Secondary, He wants to divide the waters, and He wants to put some above and some below. And that's how this world was divided. Okay, so once you get the light in your life and you see truth and you're like, wow, there is a God in me now. You see all the mess that we have. I know that the first time I saw God and I really felt His presence within me, I was able to see so many things that I have never seen, right? Because when you're in your room, right, picture this, your room is so dark, you get in and you can step into many things, and you can even, as you walk, you can be like, ow, what was that? Ow. And then when you turn on the light, you're like, I need to right? Like, I know that that's how it is in our Christian walk as well. As we get to know God, it's like, wow, I have some cleaning up to do. I have to separate things because what should be there is not there, and what should be here is not there. And so we figure out what we should change, how our new lifestyle is gonna be like. So yeah, so that's the second day, right? We divide things, we put this in order, we separate. It could even be some friendships that we have to get away from, even events that we have to get away from, our lifestyle, music, everything that will come into place as you're getting to know about God and as you see this lightning everywhere. And what happened on the third day? On the third day, plants were created. All the flowers, the seed was planted. So once you saw the light and you start dividing things in your life, you're starting to really get closer to God, the seed is planted and we will be able to see the fruits. People will be like, wow, this girl is not dressing that way anymore. Whoa, that girl is not at this place anymore. Whoa, she's here. You get to see the fruits that God has already planted and created in your life. But we're not stopping there. Day 4, He created the moon, the stars, and all the lighting things that are in the sky. And it's just amazing because as you keep on getting to know more truth, and as you have your fruits and as you separate things already, God will show you even more light in your life. Little by little, you'll get to see things that you never even thought of. And you'll be like, whoa, this light was just, it was bright and it was wonderful. There's more light out there that I should know about, that I want to change my life. So it continues on. On day 5, it multiplies. The fishes and the bird, you start to investigate more, deep and high. And you want to know more about this God. The truth multiplies because you're not just seeing it, you're actually going deep, going high, trying to find out more of what God wants to tell you in your life. Day 6, we were created in His image. As you go through the creation stage, we get to be more like Jesus. On day 7, it said that God rested. He rested after the work that He has done. And so it's incredible, how as we get to know God, He will give us that rest, that peace in our heart. That, wow, I'm doing the right thing and I feel peace, right? So it's incredible how God can show us through the creation our Christian walk, right? We get to see the light and we're like, wow, okay, now I have to change my life. On day 2, day 3, you get to see the fruit. On day 4, you get to see more light. You're like, man, I want to search deeper. So day 5, you see deep and under and high, and you fall so in love with God and you want to keep searching more and more. On day 6, we are created in His image because we have been through all that process. And on day 7, we are at peace, feeling closer to God. We rest on Him. We make that day, that special day where we can concentrate on the Creator. You know, powerful. Like when I first saw that, I was like, whoa, Lord. And it would be amazing that if every week we can be recreated, right? Every day even, we can go through this process over and over. It would be an eternal creation in our spiritual walk with God daily, right? You might be asking yourself, okay, so I thought this video was going to be about love and relationships. Well, love is more than we can imagine. And like we said, the number one thing to find is God. If we can't be happy and we can't be faithful to God and we can't spend time with Him, how do we expect ourselves to do that with somebody else? How do we expect ourselves to be a good wife or future husband if we can't do that with God right now? But if we do, find the one that God has placed in our hearts in the right timing, God's timing is perfect. So if it is the right one, then let me share with you some other stuff about creation. So once you are created and you're ready and God starts recreating something new in your life. So day 1, the light is created. You see the one person you really like and you see that, whoa, there's something that's moving here and I don't know what it is. So anyways, right? So that's the first sign of just immediately just praying like, Lord, I have seen something different today, and I really pray that it's your will. You start praying, right? And so, okay, so you see the light, you see like that one person, you're like, wow, okay. And then day two, what happens? You separate things, right? You separate the good and evil. You see that one person, you're like, okay, let me check his character. Let me say, or her character too, right? Or let me see what things are good, or positive things and negative things. Does this person love the Lord? Or you can go to the list that you probably have, which I think it's so important to have a list. One reason why is because when you like somebody, you'll forget a lot of stuff. And I say this by experience, right? Like, you wouldn't even want to think about the negative stuff because you're looking for so many excuses to just make it work. And this is what this verse says, right? To be careful with our heart, because it's a deceitful bubble of things. So you can't really trust our heart. And so when you have a list and you made that list in the right mind, where you were really connected with God, and you weren't with anybody, but you were really in the right mind and you weren't going with your heart, then that makes it easier to go back to the list and be reminded that, hey, God told you to be with that person, with this person that's in this list, that's that person that you really liking and you're really looking at, have all the stuff in the list. And so I think that's why it's very important to have the list. And so, but we definitely can't look for a perfect person either, right? So we have to put things that are really reasonable to who we are as well as to people. And because God wouldn't want us to also be with somebody that we don't feel a connection with or we don't like at all, right? And so we have to ask God for His guidance to have the principles and stuff like that. So anyway, so once you find that person, you get to see the good and the bad and see if that's your calling. If you keep going with the steps, something will start to create. So we have to be careful. And I have fallen into this, I have fallen into this before, and I regretted it a lot because it doesn't just get in the way of your life, but you're also getting in the way of somebody else's life. So as soon as you see the list and you see that, okay, this is not going according to God's will, then let me just stop and not make any more creations in this. Then maybe I would so by that time just pray for God to just take that away from you and to just concentrate again in that creation of yourself and God again, and so you can really get a clearer picture of what He wants you to do in your life. So anyway, so day 3, you see the fruits, right? The fruit of this person, as you have already separated the good and the bad. Sometimes we can see good and bad, but then as you get to know that person more and more, you get to see the fruit of that seed that God planted, or that seed that He has because of the relationship He has with God. And you can see it so clearly. When somebody doesn't really love God, you can just how Jesus would get into rooms. When Jesus' presence was here on earth, everybody could tell that something was different. So when you see a guy and you see the fruits, that's how you can see well, Lord, I can see who this person is, and let me pray even harder about it. So day 4, all the moon and stars are created. And so it's gonna be when we get to be more real, as you prayerfully see the fruits. Because as Christians, I don't think it's good for us to be playing games like, let me call her, or let me make that person jealous, or when somebody tells you, it's like, no, I'm gonna wait a little longer so that person can desire me more, or and trust me, I used to play those games. Personally, I don't think that could be that's a good way for us, especially as Christians. I think it's so important for us to really be honest and sincere and to speak, right? If the man is leader of the home, and if the man is the one that will guide us spiritually and the family, right? Ultimately the family, then it's definitely good to let that be known. I guess you're getting to know more light on day 4, and more light are created. It'll be good for you to know more of the truth, right? If you guys both thought if God has a perfect timing for you guys to talk, and you get to know more about the insights and what is going on, with more of who that person is, right? To be sincere, hey, I'm interested in you, are you interested in me? Okay, well, this is where I'm coming from, this is who I really am, and being real honest. As much as sometimes honesty can be really hard to say, I think that that's the best way you can do things, right? Being real honest to see, because this is like a huge decision you're making. And so yeah. And then the fifth time, right? And I think one of the main things that it's so important to look at this, because you're ready. I think one, as you see it, I personally immediately tell my parents, and I tell them like, please pray for me, please. And so they start praying for me because I know myself and I know that I cannot trust myself. I need God's help. And also I'm like, please pray for me because I want to be able to control my emotions and have a lot of self-control really, and be patient to God's timing. And so as your parents already have been praying for it, and as they see your process, because I think the number one thing, important thing, is to have your parents involved. As much as now recently we personally might not desire to have them involved, but I think it's so crucial to have them. And so on the fifth day, as the fishes and the birds are created, then I think it's good for, to see the family, to deep under, to get to know more of where that person is coming from, more of, who that family is. Hang out with groups of people, and just things like that, right? Like things that are so pure and holy to God, because we're being created by His creation. This is God's creation right here. This is not our creation. And so if we want to get to really know this person with a true desire, then dig under higher. And yeah, day 6, we are created to this image. That's when Adam and Eve were created. Courtship. If you think that God is really guiding both of you prayerfully, asking your parents and everything, then courtship would be right there, and you start this beautiful journey. And on day 7, we blacklisted to look at the work that He has done. So I think that as you get together and definitely shine, let the light that God has given both of you in your relationship shine through. That would be the creation of your mate. The creation, it shows order, because God would have created, like being God, not being God, He would have created everything in one day. He could have done it just by saying everything, okay, let it be light, let it be this, and let it be that, and everything would have been created. And instead He went step by step, day by day. Each day had its own thing, its own creation. That shows that we really have to do that as well, go step by step, little by little, as we get to, where God wants us to be at. Okay, so my first thing was God, and we went straight to like the main thing, but I think the second one for you is so important. Why is it so important to have God first? I think it's because as you know God, and all the decisions that you'll be making, it will be according to God. Like day 2. That's when you get to separate good and you get to separate. And day 4, okay, so as you're making this creation, as you're getting renewed, your spiritual work is getting created, that's when your biggest decisions should be made, because that's not just you saying, I want to do that, but you'll become more of like, God, He wants me to do this. And so that's when your career can come, because it is so important for us individually know the calling that God has for us, and have the personal walk with God, so we know what we want to study. And I think that sometimes now it comes across differently, where depending on the person we're with, the boyfriend or the girlfriend that we're with, we change our careers or we change our callings. But if you knew that already and you knew what God had in store for you, it also makes your life easier when finding a mate. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. We're all in this journey. Just keep each other in prayer so God can guide us through this, right? Because this decision is one of the biggest decisions. But as of right now, God has really been calling me to get closer and closer to God before anything else right now. I'm not ready for anything. And I think that I'm thankful for that right now, that I feel that way, because it'd be harder if I felt like I really wanted a boyfriend, which, that was my desire months ago, where I was like, oh Lord, I really want somebody, like, why am I so lonely? Or, my friends are getting married, and but the Lord really opened my heart to realize, like, no, Girlie, I need friends, Lord. I want to spend this time with you, be mine. And so I was like, wow, this is so wonderful. So now God really is putting in me that desire to get to know Him more and to really make my first creation daily, every day or every week. First, before God creates my own creation, be my future mate. Anyway, so I just pray and let's keep praying for our future husband too. And so yeah, Psalms 137:1, I think, yeah. And it says how God built if God doesn't build the house and the workers are working for nothing. And that really, I'm like, wow, that's true. So you really want to put that first. And let's think about that before we actually start building our future families or anything. That was it for this video. I hope you have a nice day and God bless. Bye.
So let's keep our hearts secure in our Father's hands as we seek and pray for His will and His plan. I will always love you as my brother and my friend. To only bless you in this time is my earnest prayer. Until we both know which way